Morning, boys. Morning, everyone. What we saying? Let me quickly go live on TikTok. Let me know what pairs we're looking at, boys. You get the link sent in. Let me know what pairs we're looking at, boys. AU and GU looking nice. What we saying, boys? What we saying? Can't you collapse the name somehow? I forgot how you do it, but you can definitely collapse this with us. So you haven't got to see the elf fucking... Can't remember how you do it. Morning though, boys. What we saying? We saying morning Jed, morning Jay, T1, Tommy, what we saying? Ewan, Jay, Henry, what we saying, boys? Billy, morning. What you saying, business? Aaron, what you saying? Aki, what you saying, bro? AU longs, but doesn't the weekly structure contradict it? Morning Sam, morning Tony, morning Mehmet. Let me know if you're here, boys. Morning TA. All right, let's get into the charts, boys. Let's get into the markets. All right. So first of all, it's quite nice what we've got now. Let me get rid of these real quick. It's quite nice what we got right now. We do have an opportunity to look for a change of character and an inversion. It's kind of annoying because we've got like 4 fair value gaps in one here. It's gonna get a bit much on the chart. What should I do? What should I do? Just make this 5. So we've now got a structural high and low. So let's go into the charts, boys. Let's get into it. Have we got a fair value gap here? We have a tiny little fair value gap here, which we can look to be inverted. Let's just make this 15 for the sake of it. All right, cool. Right, let's get some people in here, boys. Just let everyone get in here, then we'll start to go through the charts, man. We'll start to go through exactly what we're looking for. Exactly what we're looking for. Let's just get this right. Good morning, EG Longs. Right, cool. It's night in New Zealand, lads. Big up from New Zealand, bro. Morning to Harris, morning to here. So starting on the daily time frame, let me start with the crossroads that we're at right now. The crossroads we're at right now is essentially we are wanting to see if this EU structure is going to continue, this bearish structure. Right, so therefore this next leg down, this bearish structure, or are we going to move upwards in line with the CRT, right? So if we go on the weekly time frame, you can see we've got this CRT with this got candle A, this black candle here, swept out the low, right? Swept out the low, so therefore we want it to trade up into this candle's high. We've already had the confirmation candle and the original distribution candle, so really this is the last one which says that we should go higher. So that's the crossroads we're at. Are we going to go in line with structure, or are we going to go in line with CRT? Now, let's break this down a little bit more. So starting off on a 4-hour time frame, if we're looking at the 4-hour structure here, you can see we're making higher highs, higher lows, very simple stuff. So we mark on the range low, which is here, range high, which is here. So this is our external liquidity. Obviously, we're bullish on the 4-hour, so we are looking for the high to get swept. So we've got our external high, and then we've got our internal fair value gap. So essentially, we want to buy from this fair value gap up to this external high right now, right here. Sorry. So that's the first thing. I mean, I've made it a little bit darker, so lighter, so I can see on the lower time frame. But this is the fair value gap here, really clear. We've got fast momentum up, slow back down. So this is really showing exactly. And someone just said we're close to the OTE as well, which is true. If we draw on the OTE, you can see we have just tapped into the OTE, which is nice. Obviously, bearing in mind though, we're not forgetting we are at this daily order block, so sales could potentially be happening. Also, when we look on the daily time frame though, we can see we've got our daily fair value gap, which has been filled. So our daily fair value gap's been filled. On top of that, we have got a daily CRT starting to form because we've swept out the low, so we really want to see us trade higher. And we've also got equal highs at the top here. So obviously, if this high was swept, then we'd look for price to be coming down to here. But because it wasn't swept and we made these equal highs, after tapping into this imbalance, yeah, it's telling us we should really move higher. So when we go into the 4-hour now, and that is pretty clear on EU. So breaking it down now, we're looking at the actual Asia session itself. So interesting thing about the Asia session is it didn't really accumulate, in my opinion. It actually completed a few objectives. So first of all, it traded down pretty heavily, moving about 14 pips initially. We then had that an actual sweep during the Asia session. So this is something that tells me that we may not want to be attracted to here in order to look for the Asia liquidity grab, because we already made the low like that, and then so yeah, so we've swept it again, and then we've had that distribution to the upside. So really, in my opinion, we're looking for this 15-minute fair value gap to be mitigated and then price to go higher. So yeah, very simple stuff, boys. We've got the low, we've got the high, and you can see we've got the internal liquidity there, so we should really trade higher. So that's pretty much the idea, chat. On the 4-hour, we're in this fair value gap coming up to this high. We've also got CRT starting to form. We've also got the weekly CRT as an overall high as a target. So yeah, essentially we're looking for buyers once we come into this fair value gap, which we obviously have done now. So let's start looking for some potential entries in here. This is already a bit too bright again. All right, let's look for some entries. So we have tapped the 50%. If we go down onto the 1 minute, we can just see the structure right now. You can see lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we want a break of this high or a significant inversion, but we do have a little inversion fair value gap here, but it's not really a lot. So I'd more be waiting for this high to get broken to have a change of character. I mean, you could enter technically, I mean, because we have had an inversion on the 1 minute. It's a bit too risky in my opinion, just because it is the 1 minute. But if you did want to get in, then your entry would be something like this. I mean, 1.9 pip stop loss, you actually can't have that on a funded account. So you'd really be looking to have your stop loss there for 3 pips and then targeting this high here. This would be really my idea if you did want to jump in on the 1 minute, or alternatively just wait for a break of this high, a retest, and then that for extra confirmation. Is this B setups? I don't really class it as A, B, C and stuff like that, bro. I just trade a strategy. I've got 2 main strategies we trade, and that's it really, bro. Let's get 100 man in this YouTube, boys. We've got 60 man on the TikTok right now. We've got 80 man on the YouTube. So that will be you into your 1 minute entry right there. I would personally rather wait for this change of character. If it was like a big 1 minute fair value gap, then yeah, I'd wait for it, but it's literally like a tiny one anyway, so we'll see how it plays out. I'm mainly looking for a break of that high and a retest though, so we'll see. Let's get rid of this just because the chart's getting a bit messy. We've got about 10 fair value gaps drawn on the screen. Now let's look at GU, because GU's looking pretty decent. So GU's also got the weekly CRT, which we're trading up into, so we want to see us come up off of this fair value gap. If you go on the monthly time frame, really nice price action on the monthly from GU. We can see we've got a monthly fair value gap there. We've mitigated and then had the CRT taken out the prior month low, so we should really trade into the prior month high. When we go into the weekly time frame, you can see that candle's actually closed, so it's actually confirmed it a little bit more. So that does give us a decent bullish bias. Also, if we, in terms of the internal external, obviously we're talking about this structure here, this bearish structure, and we're at the order block. If we look at DXY and mainly GU, but GU's not really at its point. So GU, even if you did want it to sell off again from the structure, you'd want it to come at least up to here, in my opinion. I mean, it is very weak right now, but yeah, I would personally want it to come higher. So yeah, let's go down on the 4 hour, see what we can see. Okay, this is a little bit messy on the, okay, 4 hour here. Right, let's brighten this because this is way too much on the chart, way too messy. Yeah, so we've got this daily fair value gap here that prices seems to be rejecting. Got this order block we're tapping into. I'll be looking for the same thing on with GU. I'd still be looking for buyers. I'd still be looking for buyers on GU. It's just not that nice based on the structure how it's been playing out. You can see we have tapped into the daily though. Got the daily, sorry, not daily, what am I talking about? The 15-minute order block there. So remember, you always really want to look for it to react off something from the New York session, ideally, or the prior New York session. So we've got the order block there, which price is tapped into at 6 AM, so just at the end of Asia session, at the tail end of Asia session, and then rallied up nicely. Nice 2-minute forming on EU. GU has filled the deepest internal. Yeah, let's have a look at GU, because GU is a little bit harder to see. So let's get rid of all of this and actually see what it's doing, because our chart's a little bit messy right now. So after we took this weekly low, let's actually see what price action is doing. So for a start, we've got this imbalance here, which was just about tapped into. So not really a perfect mitigation, but still tapped into it and then ended up breaking out of the high. Like that. So tapped in and then broke out of the high. So you're really looking for that trend to continue. On the 4 hour, let's just make it a little bit neater. Like that. Give me 2 seconds and I'll read all the comments, boys. And now we want to see what's going on here. So I'm not going to overcomplicate it. I'm just going to draw on our order blocks that we're seeing be mitigated. So we've got 4 hour order block here, mitigated, then ran. And then we've got this order block here, which was mitigated, and then price ran. Like this. So really what we'd want to see is this I mean, this is kind of consolidation. There's really not really much you can take from it, but yeah, we're still looking at the same thing. GU's just not as good for buyers in my opinion than EU. GU's quite high up. EU's actually at a decent point. Right, nice. We've had that actual proper sell-off now, so this is even nicer. So now we've filled the... Okay, this is really annoying me how many fair value gaps we've got just stacked on top of each other. This is really not easy to see. But yeah, you can see this fair value gap here. Let's get rid of the 0.5 now because there's no need to have it. Right, cool. So now we can go on the 1 minute and we can see we've got a clear high. So that's our change of character to be broken. And then we've got a fair value gap. The nice thing about this fair value gap here is we've already tapped into it once. So you can see, I mean, I know it's getting hard to see. These fair value gaps are really getting hard to see because there's so many stacks. I'm actually going to make this one 5 as well. Fuck it. Fuck it. I hate having loads of stuff on my chart. It just really annoys me. But hopefully you man can still see that. You can see it on YouTube, but I know on TikTok sometimes the screen goes a bit weird. You see EU bullish? Yeah, bro, I do see EU bullish, personally. I do see EU bullish, personally. But yeah, so we got this fair value gap. This is actually a decent position now to look for. Right, let me read the chat. And GU sells, fair play. You see EU bullish? Yeah, bro. The Mondays affect EU or GU? Yeah, it's just the hardest day to trade because you haven't really got any context of the prior day to show you anything. How do you work with spread at this? How do you work with spread? These at the moment is usually high. I don't ever really have a problem with spread, bro. To be honest, you're with your entries, you just got to firm it. With your stop loss, the way I'll deal with spread, I always round it up to a full pip amount. So say it's like 6.2, I'll always round it up to a 7 pip stop loss. If it's 11.1, I'll round it up to a 12 pip stop loss. Bro, I'm up 5% today. Would you chill for the day or go more? Definitely chill for the day, bro. If you actually want to take trading seriously, you chill for the week, or you'd place one more trade this week and that's it, in my opinion. But yeah, good work there, mate. Hello, good morning. Gold reacting off the daily True Open. Wait, let me see what the chat's saying. How's it going? What are you saying, Jay? So usually when you see sweep in Asia, it's its own session, not likely to come lower. Yeah, bro, in my opinion. 2 more minute 15 candles is what I wait for. Fair play. Favour GU as filled deepest internal, whereas EU got that 4-hour order block. Let's have a look. Yeah, true. In terms of that range, well, yeah, it's true. GU's just a lot more erratic. So remember, we know that this was caused by a mad Diddy candle due to Rachel Reeves not really being able to make her mind up about anything. So the fact we've got all these Diddy candles just makes it a little bit more messy, whereas EU, we can really see a little bit clearer structure. We can see what's going on. You can see we had a sweep of the highs here and a clean distribution down and a secondary distribution there. So really seeing what we've seen here is just clear AMDX here. Exiled former Bangladeshi leader Sheikh Hassan is sentenced to... Okay, mad. Right, so we've got accumulation here. We've got manipulation here. Distribution here. And the X here, which is continuation or reversal. So we're seeing really typical market structure. And now we're in this... Okay, we've had a little spike down there. Mad spike down. That's probably stop hunted a good amount of people. $95 man in. Let's get 100 man in here, boys. We've got 95 man in the YouTube right now. 72 man in the TikTok. Morning, it's all a bit messy for me at the moment. Just waiting for JPYs to start pushing. Yeah, let's have a look at the yen basket for a minute while we let everything else decide what it wants to do. Yeah, yen basket recently has been, in my opinion, just indecisive. If we look at the this in general, out of how many candles is this? Probably about 30 candles. There's really been like one distribution candle. So this is the one distribution. Every other candle just been up, down, up, down, up, down. Barcode price action. Yeah, chat, by the way, you're going to get joint streams. Joint streams this week are back. We are back with the joint streams. Me and Mace are back. We're live. We're back. Tuesday, Wednesday, rest of the week. We are live. We are active. How long have you been trading? About 5 years. No, more than that. 6 years, bro. Whenever someone asks me how long I started trading, I've always got to work out how old I am. Am I the only one that does that? Or does anyone else do that? Yeah, JPY has been a bit indecisive. In an ideal world, obviously we've got our range, you can see from these two dots. We've got our range high and our range low, and we've got our internal. So typical market structure, we should come up and fill that, and then have a nice clean sell-off. So we'll wait and see if that happens. Because we do already have some decent confluences to come down already. I mean, we've taken that daily CRT high and then formed a CRT to the downside. Yeah, Reality Bites. Do you trade CRT? Let me know, because it does happen loads on the M basket higher time frame. So yeah, we've completed this CRT here, as you can see. This low. So then we've got this one to trade down into now. Again, not really the cleanest price action with JPY, because as we said on the 4 hour, it's literally just chopping about. But we'll still have a look. As you can see, we've had the sweep there of the high. So really, in my opinion, I would assume that we're going to be bearish, just because obviously the trend is your friend. You want to assume that the trend is going to continue, because 80% of the time it will. And only 20% of the time it will reverse. So you'd really want it to come into this fair value gap here. And then start to sell off. Obviously, you got that order block just above, which is really the ideal place to come into. Buyers on EU should be coming through. Show a U trade. Alright, nice. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. Have we tapped into... Yeah, nice. So we can actually move this so I can get my chart a little bit cleaner. We've tapped into this order block now. Tapped into this order block now. Let me get rid of the 0.5. Okay, nice. Tapped into the order block. Filled the fair value gap. I'll mark the fair value gap in just a dotted line. So let's actually look for the entry now. Cool. On the 5 minute, we still don't really have any fair value gaps. 2 minute, we do have some nice inversions. Which, alright, we've got some nice... Alright, we've got some nice fair value gaps now. With the high. So I'm getting bare. Alright, cool. Are you about to break structure? Short this, bro. You're missing the SMT with DXY at the high, brother. Yeah, bro. The thing is, I do get SMT, but SMT trade is way over egg the bacon. Like, just because you got an SMT doesn't mean that we have to reverse above all other confluences. Remember here, we're going on the very, very high time frame here. We're going off of the daily time frame. We're going off the 4 hour time frame. So as much as I do take into account SMTs on like the 1 minute and stuff, or the 5 minute, it's not going to completely change my bias. But yeah, I do still hear that though, bro. Right, let's make my EU a bit neater, my DXY a bit neater as well, because this is really messy now. Just get rid of all this. Let's just delete everything. Right, so like that. So again, man, EU is trading in between two 4 hour fair value gaps. We've got the bearish 4 hour fair value gap here. Also the order block. Actually, let's get rid of the fair value gap and mark on the order block. We've got the order block there. And we've also got the fair value gap here on the 4 hour. So the 4 hour fair value gap's been filled. So we want to see if price is able to come higher. And then again, we've also got this daily order block, which has been tapped into. And we've had a decent distribution. Again, if we look at this order block, you can see when did we tap into it, what actually happened. So overnight, you can see we tapped into it. Initially had a sell-off. Okay, 6-7 man in the live. Got to do it. What's eggs and bacon? What's eggs and bacon? Yeah, I always thought that. It must be hard for like a non-English speaker to hear like these kind of words and think, bro, what on earth is he talking about? But yeah, you can see we initially tapped in. Rallied, but then went for that secondary sweep. After we swept, we had that decent leg down. Price was then retraced, so obviously we're just looking for that next leg down again. So this, in my opinion, is still looking quite nice for DXY to sell off. If we look at what we've potentially tapped into, is there a 30 minute here? Yeah, there's a 30 minute there, which we've tapped into 0.5. Yeah, we've tapped into 0.5 of it. Nice candle opening as well. So yeah, this looks like it could be coming down. Right, nice. We've got some fair value gap there as well to come into. So yeah, I would personally be looking to enter off of this 2 minute, unless we got any 5 minute fair value. If this 5 minute fair value gap forms, then, well, I mean, which it probably is, You probably look to come off of this 5 minute. Let's mark it on that. I think we may have had some signals sent in as well. I will just check that now. Luke, can you add the volume profile in your analysis? Yeah, I mean the volume profile is pretty simple, so we're just going to do it from point A to point B. So first of all, I want to see what if this actually did react off the max volume point. So I'll go from the top of New York distribution to the bottom, and then I'm going to mark on where the volume is, and we can see there's two main points of volume. We've got this point here and this up here. Obviously, we would have wanted it to come into here, but it didn't. But we can also see there was a lot of volume around this order block here. So this order block you can see tapped into. So I'd be, again, I'm not looking, this isn't like a trade. I'm actually, this is old data anyway. So I'm just looking for confluence that's actually happening. I'm looking for evidence that price is just moving in that order flow. And then what I'd do is do the next leg. So I'd do the next leg down, and I'd go from the high to the low. And we can see, right, so there's not really any volume up here. So this is obviously the fair value gap. And there's a lot of volume along this accumulation right here. So what I'm seeing personally is a lot of accumulation down here. Down here as well, interestingly enough, you can see there's a lot of sellers tried to get into the market, but all got absorbed, if you look. So a huge amount of sellers stepped in along this level here. I'll mark it in pink. But all of them really got absorbed and wasn't able to push the market down any lower. So yeah, this would have tapped in by now. So let's move this across. See how it does. Actually, wait, we didn't actually form the 5 minute, did we? Or did we? Okay, we didn't actually form the 5 minute yet. So the 5 minute fair value gap is here. Okay, Jesus, price is moving. It's got a lot of volume in it today. We haven't even got time to enter on anything. Fucking moving so fast. Yeah, this is moving mad. This is chopping about so heavily. Chopping about massively, boys. We tapped into this order block. I mean, I didn't have time to even get into anything. I'm not going to lie to you, man. So, I suppose we're going to wait to see how we react off of this 5 minute order block. You can see we come into this 2 minute order block. I want to see how we react. It's going to be our best bet. It's one of them. 1 hour inversed on EU. And now we've done those two volume, let's do the high to the low. And we can see, so really we want price at least to come up to this order block in an ideal world. So even if we are to eventually sell off, we would want to see price at least come into this order block here before doing so. So yeah, it's a decent confluence for us. But yeah, I'm not really, there's not really much with a volume indicator, because volume indicator is more for continuations, because you want to see, like, say markets like this, and you're planning on buys from there. You want to see the max volume be printing like here, or like basically near it. Whereas when you're looking for reversals, there's not really as much you can see, because you're going to get your volumes like here and here. I mean, on the odd occasion you're going to get it there, but even that, it doesn't really tell you much. If you're looking for a reversal, you're looking for a reversal, like. Right. Price is moving absolutely mad right now. Absolutely mad. 8 pips in a matter of about 5 minutes, and then straight back down 8 pips. Still looks nice for buyers. My bias hasn't changed. I just want to wait for price to chill out a bit before I jump in. So this is the 1 minute order block here. We'll see if it comes any lower than that, or if we actually move higher. Again, I suppose you could enter right now if you wanted to. If you was to get in here, I would probably recommend having your stop loss below this order block. So, yeah, below that order block, so 4 pips there. There's a decent amount to aim for as well. So you can still aim for like a 3-1 with your stop loss there. There's no need to strangle your trade, or even a 6 pip stop loss, chat. There's no need to strangle your trade. Remember, it is a Monday, so you're probably not going to win many trades on Monday. It's just how it is. EU couldn't finish monthly CRT. Now it can't even finish the weekly. Yeah, trust. EU's not really moving aligned. What do you think about USD CHF shorts? I'll have a look at that in a minute, bro. What's the volume indicator? It's just a tool on TradingView, bro. It's just this one here. You go here and you go to fixed range volume profile and just click that. Yeah, man, we can see prices moving absolutely ridiculous right now. Absolutely mad. So we've taken the low yet again. So you can see this high here was manipulation. I think this is probably taking a little bit more the manipulation. Let's have a look at the pick sweep, boys. Yeah, I'm holding my horses right now. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look at any news that's come out. All right, so 9:02. Italy October final CPI plus 1.5% versus plus 1%. Let's read this. Core annual inflation is seen dropping slightly to 1.9%, down from 2% in September. But as mentioned previously, the main sticking point for the ECB is mostly still in Germany. Yeah, that's what we say, boys. By the way, when you see all these news from Italy and France and shit like that, the main country that matters is Germany in the Eurozone. So yeah, this is why Tuesday is probably going to be a lot nicer to trade. I mean, as we said at the start, man, we're at these crossroads right now. We're at the crossroads. Are we going to be coming down off of the daily, internal, external structure, which has treated us so nicely over the last couple of months? Or are we going to move in line with the CRT up to this high? We will see. Monday, yeah, you always want to be careful on Monday, chat. You always want to be careful. Even on the 4 hour, we're seeing nice, if we see like this, price tapping into it. To be fair, we have already taken the equivalent external low though. Let's just wait and see, boys. Wait and see what price wants to do. Go on the 5 minutes, see if there's anything lower that we can look at. We do have this 5 minute order block, which we could say we've tapped into. Again, I'm not changing my whole bias, chat. I'm still looking for this market to go long, but I'm just not gonna like jump in stupidly. I've tried to trade Forex on IG, SB, but the daily movement point seems so low versus the SPY. It depends, bro. It depends how you're trading, to be honest. It depends how you're trading. EU and DXY tap nicely. Let me, if I missed any comments, boys, just put them in again. Got 110 man on this YouTube right now. YouTube's doing sick, boys. YouTube's growing. Everyone drop a like on this stream. Let's get 50 likes in this stream real quick. Get 50 likes on YouTube. By the way, if you're watching on TikTok right now, I'm live on YouTube, so you can see the full screen and my face as well, even though you can see my face on here. Again, we're just waiting for price to confirm us on a lower time frame that we do want to come higher. Are you trading gold? Right, let's have a look at gold because loads of people are talking about gold. Let's get gold on the daily. So, as we wanted to see quite nicely, we have managed to reject off of this daily order block at 4,200. Again, the key level, 4,200, which we was looking at. Also the CRT, which was completed. So if you was there on, when was this? Friday? Yeah. So the Friday trade was played out really, really nice. And basically exactly what we wanted to see. So essentially we had this daily order block. We had the daily CRT. You can see this higher being swept with this low to trade into. You can see when we rejected, we had this fair value gap here. So we rejected, filled the fair value gap. So we was just planning on this next leg down to this low, which is exactly what ended up coming through. And we can see price tapped into that 30-minute fair value gap, rejected off our key level over average session, filled our fair value gap, 30-minute decent sell-off. Now what we're seeing is prices traded down into this daily imbalance. So price is at this daily imbalance here. We want to see if it comes higher or if it wants to keep rejecting. It's kind of in no man's land right now on gold. I wouldn't really be looking to get in. You want to wait for the market to play it, to show its hand, basically. Right now there's literally no way of telling if we are going to move up off this fair value gap in terms of the higher trend, or if we're going to see continuations of this reversal off of this order block. Not really anything at all that you can see to confirm that for you, so I'll just wait for the first day to play out. Mate, I've pulled a muscle in my sleep, bro, and I don't know how I've done it. I've never actually felt the muscle before, but it bare hurts. Are you Indian? I'm not Indian, bro. I'm actually Sri Lankan. Oh, mate, bare hurts. You only trade London session? Yeah, we only trade London session, boys. Again, let's go on the 2 min. Let's see what's going on. Let's have a look at the Discord as well, actually. Let's get the Discord open. Oh, mate, bro, what is wrong with my right arm? I actually feel like I'm having a stroke or something. Real talk. I ain't felt right all morning. But the right side of my body, bro, I'm sure that's like a massive telltale sign you're having a stroke as well. Bro, I need to do a weight or something to just to make sure my fucking... I feel like that's what it is. I probably haven't just moved in ages. I had a bath last night as well. I ain't had a bath in fucking years. Could have went pro, but bro polar muscle in his sleep. So again, we're looking for an inversion of this fair value gap here. So we'll wait and see if that does get inverted, boys. What are you looking for, bro? I'm personally looking for EU longs right now. Right now, we're just seeing rejection, though, man. We're just seeing the movement to the downside come through. On DXY, when you use the volume profile, on the daily time frame from the low to high, it shows the 1 day order block. So wouldn't you want to wait for DXY to come lower, then go higher? Wait. When you use the volume profile on the daily time frame from the low to high, so let's do it from the low to the high. So from the low, you man can't see it's behind my head, from the low to the high. Wait for it to load, so it does take ages for some reason on the DXY. Yeah, but definitely this would be my ideal level to come into. But that's what we're planning with EU sells anyway, bro. Sorry, EU buys. I think with EU buys, we're essentially saying that the market wants to come lower, which I do think this is the optimal order block. So again, daily order block there. This is not for the life of it working. We've got these equal lows here, so we want price to come down. And then if it wants to go higher, it can, or if it wants to mitigate this fair value order block, it can. But yeah, you are right. I mean, the volume indicator's not loading for me, but yeah. Right, nice. So DXY, let's mark out the 4-hour order block. Because again, the chart's getting a little bit messy. So we go on the 15-minute. Price is coming into this fair value gap here. Starting to slow down a bit. Remember, this is where we're looking for the next move on the DXY. We do have a 5-minute imbalance on the DXY, so it's a lot more confirmation than EU. It's not really that clean though, to be honest. Oh. Look, if you think you pulled a muscle, I wouldn't want to work it anymore. Just rest it. Yeah, but I want to know if I've pulled a muscle. If it feels weird, bro. Like, it feels like my right hand's like dead. Yeah, seeing rejection again. Seeing rejection again. Yeah, chat, let me know what you man are looking at. Let me know if you man are seeing something different. Bro, I really don't like how messy this chart is. It's really doing my nut and how much stuff I've got drawn on my chart. It's because we've got two opposing biases as well. I've got so much stuff all over my chart, which makes it so much harder to read price. Maybe we're just waiting for the DXY to fill this. GU's coming down to a decent point now. AU coming even deeper into that unmitigated wick. Now, it looks like at this point we could actually take the Asia low first. 180 man, keep lifting weights. Look, I think the bodybuilders are coming in again. Yeah, we've got 120 on the YouTube right now, chat. All right, again, we've broken the low. So again, we've got another high and low. Got another swing high here. So this is the high that we'll be looking to get broken in order for price to go our way. Are you looking for longs on EU because we have swept the Asia and created a 50-minute break, tapped into 4 hour, 1 hour? Yeah, bro, pretty much. Pretty much, bro, yeah. Jay, show, look at the London Forex indices. USD, JPY. What are you looking at on UJ, bro? Yeah, anyone trading any other pairs, let me know, man. Yen basket has came into this order block now on the 30-minute. Again, you don't really want to look at the 1 minute on the yen basket. It's a little bit pointless, but want to see this low get broken. Let's look at UJ. So obviously the yen basket, we are planning to go lower. So UJ would obviously want to come higher. See the ALG playing out really nice recently for UJ. High swept, trading right down into the low. On EU, I mean. Yo, bro, what's your Discord? Can you message me on it so I can message you? Yeah, no worries, bro. My Discord's linked on my page, bro. My Discord's linked on my page. If you can't find it, then just go to my YouTube. I mean, go to my Instagram. It's on my page. And it's links on there. We've already taken the 4 hour low, so it's really not that much to be swept. Let's just wait, chat. Again, we're not changing our bias. EU never tapped me in for that ALG, man. But that's what it's like, bro. That's the thing with the ALG. It's going to show so many times, and it's going to play out so many times. It's just about the few times it does tap you in. Sometimes it's going to run, but there's nothing wrong with that. Do you think the DXY takes out the 4 hour high before going lower? DXY could take out the 4 hour high. Again, we're just waiting to see what happens, man. We've had that initial sell-off, which has been massively rejected, which is the bad sign. If you are bearish on the DXY, tried to sell off. Candle was not having absolutely any of it. You can see ended up just tapping into that order block, and then run into the upside. So price wasn't having absolutely any of that whatsoever. The best we can hope is that we're just filling this level here, this fair value gap here, to then come lower. It is nice. We are starting to slow down a bit. You can see the DXY is slowing down a bit. So hopefully you can do the same. Let's have a look at EG, yeah. See, a lot of it is coming from the euro weakness. Euro is very weak right now. It's about time as well. As you can see, euro has been very strong against the pound. It's probably going to be coming down to this daily fair value gap now. GU starting to push up. You can see most, it's not actually moving that bad. It's just the euro right now is weak. Euro right now is weak. Let's go back on Pick Suite, see if there's any news that's come out. Any news just come out that could go in our favour. Euro to dollar forecast. Have a look at this. Long-term target 1.22 as Fed uncertainty weighs on US dollar. It's not really anything, that's just a forecast. Again, there's no need to jump in too quick. Let's just chill out. Wait for the market to give us what we want. If it doesn't give us what we want, then we won't get in. Simple as that. Simple as that, chat. Bro, there's no bias, man. This is so rigged that I'm up, mate. Why do you think it's rigged? Why do you think it's rigged? Surely if there's no bias, that means it's not rigged because it's just random. Oh, sorry if I missed any comments. What's that news site? It's called PRQ Suite, bro. Few bottom wicks. Hopefully see a push to the upside now. Yeah, trust me, Callum. PRQ Suite is called. Can you message on it so I can message you? Yeah, someone comment my Discord if you can, boys. Someone comment my Discord if you're able to, boys. Is Aaron, are you in here? Are you in here, bro? If you could get on the TikTok, Aaron, and just drop the links to the TikTok, links to the Discord, that'd be helpful. Check. Again, we're just waiting to get what we want. If the market doesn't show it, we don't get in. I think a lot of people, well, I think to be fair, Apex had a trade like this. So let's see how this one plays out as well. I think Apex is going from something like this, order block here. Stop loss is 950. We've had this one sent in. We'll see how this one plays out. Yes, everyone's really looking at the same thing, to be honest. Everyone's really looking at the same thing. I'm just waiting. I don't want to get in too quick. Jay Shadlock. Oh, wait. I missed a comment. Who said you wasn't? When you're talking about CRT regarding scalping, are you looking at the daily count? Yeah, with CRT, I use the monthly, weekly, daily, and 4 hour. I wouldn't really go any lower than that. I need to eat something, bruv. Yeah, chat, we're going to have some joint streams later in the week, though. Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to have some joint streams. What are you saying, latest trends? What are you saying, bro? Jay, I can't see. Jay, I can't pick Forex. I like NASDAQ and oil. Fairs. Why is GU so slow this morning? It's just because it's a Monday, bro. Saw some people shorting at session open, but I didn't have enough confidence. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit mad anyway, placing a trade like session open on a Monday. You want to at least let the market play out a little bit. Like even with this one, this is the thing with Mondays. I still think the market's going to go higher, but you don't really have anything to go off. You don't have anything from the prior day to really go off. You're just purely really speculating. So I don't think you really did anything wrong with waiting for that one, bro. Don't think you did anything wrong with waiting for that one. Hopefully price is reacting off some type of shit. I'm in GU shorts. To be fair, bro, you're probably running quite nicely now. Got this fair value gap here that we're tapping into. Again, price giving that fat rejection, man. Yeah, we want to close above this on the 2 minute. Price market just not really giving it anything for us. Nothing for the bulls right now. You can see it's just purely inducing people. You can see with these little highs and lows. Thank you. I'll look at it, bear man. Yeah, I'm from Essex, bro. Latest trends. 120 man in here, boys. Get 130 in this YouTube live, man. If you're watching on TikTok, get on the YouTube. I'm at break even. Should I get out? Do what you want to do, bro. In my opinion, if you got into the trade, you should always hold it to TP or stop loss. Did the meeting happen? No, not yet, bro. Can you message on your Discord? You just message me, bro. I can't really message like with so many people that join. I'll put a message in the chat. I'll say, yo. So if you want to message, if you've dropped me a message and I can't see it, just reply to this and say, hello. Bro, I can't message you first as well because when you join my Discord, there'll be scammers, right? There'll be scammers that will try and message you, and I'll never DM you first. That's one thing I'll never ever do is message you first. It will never happen. So I can't start doing it now. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, because when you join, you just get bare scammers hawk you down and just DM you. But you have to DM me. I've just dropped a text in there, bro. So yeah, nice, nice, Seth. I just see that. Nice little buy on US 100. And we're just seeing consolidation right now. Not really much going on. Half an hour till this candle closes. Let's see if it closes below this low. Or if it doesn't. That's the prior 4-hour low there. Again, man, price giving nothing at all to the upside. Nothing at all. Nothing whatsoever to the upside right now, chat. Here you have to take age. It does look ever more likely that it will do that. Are you in this trade already? Nah, bro. Join streams in Mace, bro. That'll be sick. Yeah, bro. Joint streams on Tuesday, man. On Tuesday. EU kind of weak because of EG. Yeah, man. You can see if we go on EG, you can see the euro's been getting absolutely bodied by the pound. Absolutely bodied, which actually makes a change if you look at the structure. Again, breaking the low again, it looks like. Breaking the low again. London's actually likely to accumulate. In fact, the entire Monday could accumulate. That's why we don't really trade Mondays that much, bro. Fucking hell, look at this fat bit. You man can't even really tell. It's like 3 bits of orange put together. You boy me this morning already started rolling the czar. 9 AM on a Monday is crazy. Yeah, if you're those of you man that don't know, if you know me but don't know, I've stopped bunning after like 5-6 years of bunning every day. Stopped bunning. Gone over a week now. I had a big test on the weekend as well, chat. Obviously, it was a Eubank fight and UFC later. So it was a geary one, and it was a... Obviously, you man know what it's like on the powder. Everyone at the end of the night has a spliff and that. I was chilling, watching the boxing and the UFC with all my pals who were all sniffing, all bunning. Not one drop of gear, not one drop of puff. Gold came up to D show. Gold for me looks more bullish than anything. But as I said, we're at kind of no man's land right now, so I wouldn't even really be wanting to jump in. In the higher time frame, we're in no man's land. If we're looking at the actual lower time frame structure, though, we can see clearly bullish right now. We're tapping into this order block, so we tapped into this order block, sorry, from the New York session. Let's actually mark on the volume to see if it did come from that low. Yes, we can see most of the volume is coming from the low. That max volume line there is at the low, which shows that more people, and there's more volume at this lower price than this higher price, which normally means, doesn't necessarily mean, but normally means that market's more likely to go higher. Tapped into that order block, fair value gap there on the 30-minute we've tapped into, so really we want price to continue now and break out of that high. Gold's such a difficult one though, because like everyone in the chat trades it so differently. Like some people trade it on the 1 minute, some people trade it on the like 4 hour. Sets up nicely for that gym sesh. Yeah, man, I do hear it. A spliff and a coffee is unreal. Can't beat it. You really can't, but it's a horrible habit that I had for about 5 years. Been smoking daily for 5-6 years now. I'm at the point of wanting to quit. I'll be real, I was at the point of wanting to quit last year, and then it took me a whole year to actually then quit. Alright, we're finally seeing a bit of momentum now. Yeah, this is the indicator, bro, Mez. I've not vaped in 3 days. This is the end of vape for me now. Fair play, bro. Alright, we've had a change of character finally. Finally, the market's given us a little bit of something. It's about bloody time as well. We've waited pretty much an hour for any type of momentum to the upside. What I'm probably going to be looking for quite heavily is these candle closes. Because you can see, man, with this candle here, give us some momentum. But the candle close was just awful. I just don't think it stops me from doing stuff. So that's why I haven't yet. Fair play, yeah. Some people act with it differently. But I do think, like, I do hear it doesn't stop you from doing things. But you just would be better without it. That's how I saw it. I was like, I do everything I need to do anyway. And, like, I've always bunned, innit? So I've managed to like, build a good life for myself. But you just know you will be more productive without it. So if you're doing good right now, stop the puff and you'll be doing really, really good. Like, that's how I saw it. It wasn't like, oh, my life's shit, I need to stop puffing. Like, I just thought, it holds you back no matter who you are. Like, If Elon Musk started puffing every day, you think it'd be better or worse? Yeah, creative thinking, that is it. Wow. I swear to God, these are depth guys, boys. These guys are literally like the market reversal indicator. We're going lower. As soon as he says that. I don't know if it was you that was in my live last time as well, but you left the live, but we didn't forget. We didn't forget last time, bro. Man, I was kept in by one people near you, lovely, bro. So now we've had that inversion. Fucking hell. I'll be looking to getting off this 2 minute. Obviously, we do have a 5 minute fair value gap forming. But remember, with a fair value gap, you want it to be... You want it to be 3 candles. Right, you want it to be 3 candles with the middle one being the distribution. See, with this one's not really part of it, right? It's just nothing-y, really. You want 1, 2, 3. Bro, another thing with stopping, Puff, is you have nightmare after nightmare after nightmare, bro. It's horrible. It's actually horrible. I had a nightmare last night, woke up, went straight back into another one. But it's weird. It's not like, you don't wake up like scared. You know how I remember nightmares as a kid? Is you wake up like sweating and scared and that. It's not like that. It's like you're aware it's a nightmare, but it's just like, you just feel like you don't get sleep because of it. Like you feel like your eyes have been shut, but you haven't actually slept. Real nightmares have been the worst. I don't even remember that's what I'm saying. I haven't dreamt in like 5 years, bro. And since I quit pub, I've been having like 3 nightmares every single night. One of them was actually pretty sick, innit? I'm not gonna lie. One of them was a nightmare. It was actually pretty sick, right? It was like a big party. It was like a massive party with like everyone I knew in some fat yard. But every time we'd go to the yard to have a party, the army would come in for some reason, just try to duck us all down. And then we'd run and then go to the next party. But it was actually kind of good. It was actually kind of fun. It was like borderline nightmare / actual kind of cool dream. And there was birds there as well. I don't remember seeing any geezers, just birds. I don't know why. Them equal loads getting swept in cells. Fair play, bro. We'll see, man. We are tapping into this order block, so we'll see if we want to see if we want to tap into this order block or not. Had to change your character. Take magnesium supplements before going to sleep for that. I need to start buying stuff like that. I never buy anything. I always see stuff like that on TikTok and that, and I'm like, bro, I'm not. I don't know. I always think I should buy that. Never do. When I was in Thailand, I was having all sorts of stuff like that. I was having, bro, anything like fish oil. Don't know what that is, but a little pod with fish oil. I thought fish is quite healthy, so fish oil can't help. I mean, GU sales is choppy as fuck. Yeah, man, GU's mad choppy, but it's because we had that Diddy candle, man, on Friday. You can see price action on Friday was just mad because of the budget. There's also mad anticipation. When is that budget coming out? When is it coming out? 26th. So we've got... What day is that? So yeah, next Wednesday we've got the budget coming out. So there's going to be a lot of anticipation for that, chat. A lot of anticipation. EG has absolutely died. Making a bit of a comeback though. Making a little bit of a comeback. Yeah, chat. What are we saying on that budget, man? Rachel Reeves, so stupid. Like, she's just backed herself into a corner. For those of you that don't know, the reason we had this Diddy candle on the pound was because, so let me set the scene. So to get elected, Labour said we will not increase income tax. We won't do it. We won't increase income tax. That's what they said. Then come now, and they was going, oh, the black coal, the 20 billion black coal, the black coal. So then she was hinting that basically they will have to increase income tax, right? They will have to do it. The backlash on that was so much that obviously didn't really go over too well, that they was doing a U-turn. And then on Friday, there was an independent overview of her proposed budget, and it came out that there was actually, in the end, there wasn't a need to increase income tax in the end. There wasn't a need. So she said there wasn't any need, then U-turned back again, right? So essentially, rather than increasing income tax, which is what they should do, as much as I don't want to get taxed as much as you man don't, but rather than doing that, they're essentially taking money from every single other thing that they can, which is why they're penalising pension schemes, loads of different things. Loads of different things they're doing. But it could all be solved if they just increased income tax rather than taking money from here, there. But now they won't do that because they promised in their manifesto that they wouldn't do it. So she's basically in a corner right now, and she can't do it because she said she wouldn't, even though she knows she should. So it's a mess, really. It's a mess. I mean, it takes me back to the Liz Truss one. I know that one was awful, but at least she just wanted it and did it. It's like, what's the point of doing a budget if you're just going to like listen to what every single person says? Surely you're elected as a government because you supposedly know better than the average person. There's no point just, oh, the people don't like it, we won't do it, we won't do it, we won't do it. You're the chancellor, you make the budget. It's not like a democratic process with the budget. It's not like what the people want, really. The people elect you on your supposed expertise. Stupid though, man. Stupid stuff. But that's why the pound's been so erratic recently, why there's been so much anticipation of this budget. Labour are cooked. Yeah, did you see the oh, what's her name? I forgot her name, but the I can't remember her name, but she was talking about the immigration. They've basically done a kind of a right-wing policy on immigration right now, or the way they're talking. Which the only reason they're doing that is because they're so unpopular. Obviously, if a Labour government is really popular, they're just gonna do left policies like GU sell, I'm done. Yeah, we're sitting on some of the best oil and gas reserves on Earth, and the country is almost on its knees. Yeah, I don't know why we don't use the North Sea oil. It doesn't make any sense. Do you and Rich trade the same strat? We are. We are the same. We're the same person, bro. My name's Lou, and that's Mace that you're thinking of. But yeah, we do trade pretty much the same strat. I think Mace is a little bit more fundamentally led. But yeah, we pretty much do trade the same strat. See a nice rejection from this fair value gap here. Want to see if that's able to come through. We've had an inversion of this fair value gap and a retap. Now I'll look at it. So let's see how we do. See if we can reject off this. If we can reject off this, then EU will be absolutely fine. F Labour, man. It's crazy, Rob. Britannia will rise again. Yeah, trust me, bro. Yo, bro, can you reply to me on Insta? Little bit occupied right now, but yeah, I'll reply to all my DMs after, bro. I'll reply to all my Instagram DMs after. Have you had the chance to learn from Lit Awakening? Who's that, bro? What's that? Everyone double tap the screen, man. Everyone double tap the screen on TikTok. Let's get 5k likes in here, man. Let's get 5k likes. Drop some questions in the comments. Drop some questions in the comments on YouTube as well, man. Morning, Richesse. I'm struggling with my Discord verification. Please help me. Tahir, why have you just joined? I've seen you in this live for about 6 months. But yeah, if you're having problems verifying, bro, just DM me. My name's Louis. You'll see me on there. I've dropped a comment, so just DM me and say, can you verify me, please, or something. Labour couldn't run a piss up in a brewery. Yeah, facts. But to be fair, neither could the Tories, so... But yeah, I mean... Labour have really sped run it. At least with Tories, it took them like 8 years to realise, Jesus Christ, these lot are cooked. With Labour, they've been in charge for what, a year? And they're already absolutely cooked. I don't even know if they're going to make it to the next general election. I'm already in EU, am I cooked? Nah, bro, I think we're going to move to the upside on EU, personally. Lit Trading, ReMFX, have you heard of them? Nah, I haven't heard of them, H, bro. What do you think of the fight? Eubank Jr. seemed severely dehydrated and cut a lot to make the weight. Yeah, no, yeah, it was one of them, innit? Like, everyone's always going to say that after the fight, but you take the fight, innit? You take the fight. I've seen loads of split opinions on it. Who's that geezer, the White Rhino? What's his name? He was absolutely slating Conor Benn. But then again, I've got a few of my mates who are like really, really into boxing, and they were saying, oh no, they're overcooking how much the weight drain would have been. They're overdoing it. I mean, he was a champion it that way, but yeah, it's the rehydration, innit? I'll be real, I don't know that much about boxing to like comment, but it was a good fight. People were saying it's a bad fight. I thought it was a good fight. It was an entertaining fight. I was entertained by it. I thought it was good. And our boy won. The Essex boy. Big him up. Big him up. Conor Benn. All the way. What are you looking for today? We're looking for EU longs, bro. EU longs. EU longs, brother. I'm buying EU now till recent high. This has been the idea since the session open. I'm just going to take it. Fair play, bro. He's old, yeah. To be fair with you, Bank, he was humble in defeat, innit? I would have thought the excuses would have came straight away. But to be fair, he was quite humble in defeat, wasn't he? Have you seen the Hungary-Ireland football match? Yeah, bro, that was insane. What an ending, bro. But that is, mate, Troy Parrott will never... That'll be his best moment in football ever. Like, that is crazy. Weren't they 2-0 down as well? I only see the 3-2 goal, but boxing left him, yeah. But, I mean, the fight was literally this year. The other fight was still in 2025. Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, no, I do hear it. It is peak. He should just retire. I wonder who Conor Benn's going to fight next. He wants to fight one of the Yanks, doesn't he? Still waiting if the DXY can reject this level. What do you think about Hungary? What was their problem? I don't even know, to be fair. I didn't actually watch the game, but Hungary just struck me as one of them countries where they have a few ballers. Like, they've got but what's his name? I can never pronounce his name. Sozbalai. What's his name? I'm probably going to get clowned for that. But yeah, they've got like decent individual talent, but as a team, they're just not that good. Bro, more to the question, what on earth is going on with African teams, bro? I'm seeing African teams with good players that are getting absolutely cooked by like Bangladesh and stuff. Like, all respect to Bangladesh, but Sabozlai, yeah, that's it. Sabozlai. The African teams, bro, actually, it's insane. Like, the managerial... Bro, Africa's just cooked, innit? Africa's cooked. I actually feel bad for Africans, bro. Like, people talk about, like, white privilege and all shit like that. There's no white privilege. It's Western privilege is what it is. Like, Africans have it so much harder. That's the like, bro, if you look at them, the amount of talent they've got is insane, and they'll get turned over by like the worst teams you can even think of. It's because there's just no structure there. Even I saw an interesting video the other day, and they was talking about the reason why most African nations can never host like a World Cup is just because there's not enough airports, there's not enough stadiums, there's not enough hotels. Like, the infrastructure there is just cooked. Now, Hungary is rubbish. Fair play. Isn't Joshua Jake Paul meant to happen? It's meant to happen, but mate. Bro, he was meant to fight a Tank a few weeks ago, who's about 2 foot tall, and now he's fighting AJ. Tapped into that 50% again. Blame France. Yeah, I suppose. Being at Twickenham on Saturday and watching England beat the All Blacks was a peak moment. Yeah, that's quality, man. That's sick. That'd have been a 30 games go. It was a good weekend of sport, to be fair, wasn't it? It was a lot went on this weekend. I've been to Twickenham before, but never for a game that good. That was sick. Cricket is a waste of a good football pitch. Alright, I'm a cricket defender, innit? I'm a cricket defender, I can't lie. I can't lie. Tank kills Ben. But Tank's like Ben's not at that level, is he? Pollock with his massive bollocks, all Henry Pollock with his, yeah. I'm a cricket defender though, I can't lie. What do you think about Eubank? Oh, he's an absolute helmet, but fair play to him, innit? Fair play to him. He was humble in defeat, which is what I rated about him, but he's still a helmet. One thing I do respect about him massively though is his psychology. I was actually genuinely thinking about this. If I ever bumped into him, I'd ask him about his psychology, like straight. I've never seen a man so unaffected by nerves. Like, if someone teach this bro how to trade, innit? Time to hang up the boxing gloves and pick up the MetaTrader. I like cricket. Come on, Jed. Big up. Anyone else in here a cricket fan? I wouldn't say I'm a cricket fan, but I like it. Proper English sport, innit, man? Cricket. Proper sport. Closure back into Friday rain. Start pulling fast. Don't like the fact they don't let him they didn't let him hydrate properly. Yeah, it's one of them though, innit? Like that's up to your manager. Let's see if this 0.5 is about to get tapped into. We'll go to a Tesla. Yeah, defo Jed. It's just a good little piss up as well, isn't it, the cricket? I went to Lord's the other day. Not the other day, like a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that. Can't actually remember when it was. It was a good laugh though. Yeah, bro, his mindset is insane. I think the fight was a dive personally for the trilogy, as now he's nah, it weren't a dive. It weren't a dive. It's another thing with with boxing. Like every fight's rig. Now I wouldn't say it's a dive. He's just had kids and he's 36 now. Yeah, man. Like fair play to him. He's cashed in his last big check, man. If I was him, just enjoy your life now, man. Go out and enjoy it. He's got twins on the way, ain't he? Don't mind a bit of cricket, me. Yeah, nice, man. Trouble is, games are that long, you just get absolutely destroyed. Yeah, innit? You just have to. Love the cricket, lad. Fun times. Hated it when I was younger. Yeah, Jeff, it's one of them, innit? You do grow into it. Where are you from again, Jeff? Aren't you from New Zealand? Bro, I don't know why, but I can see EU going lower. Fair play, bro. I mean, the lower time frame order flow is definitely bearish right now. We just need that to flip. The higher time frame is bullish, in my opinion. Higher time frame is bullish, but the lower time frame is bearish. So we just need that lower time frame to flip. I still think we're reacting off of this daily order block to come lower. What we need is for this fair value gap to take control of the range and come above this high and start making waves. Again, it's quite heavily based on the DXY though. Again, we filled pretty much all of this fair value gap now, so we'll see if we can come down. It's really the last chance to come down. If you go higher than this, then yeah, there's no point even bothering trying to get in, I'll be honest. Is this gold? No, this is EU, bro. It says in the bottom right. I live in New Zealand, but I'm from Australia. Oh, fair play. Yeah, they're big on cricket, aren't they, the Aussies? Jez, where did you get stopped on EU? Are you looking for a buy or sell? I'm looking for buyers, bro. Maybe after Asia sweep we can go along. Yeah, man, that's what we're waiting for. I'm hoping for buyers anyway. I'm looking for buyers. Look at this. Again, like we said, we want to wait for the 15-minute closures because that's going to be pretty important. That last 15-minute candle was nice. How long we got left of this one? We've got 7 minutes left of this close. It's kind of printing pretty nicely as well. We do have the 5-minute imbalance. We might as well mark on this 5-minute imbalance now rather than the 2-minute. With this one, if you are going to get in this one, I'd definitely reduce risk. I would definitely reduce risk. I wouldn't risk 1% on this. There's no need to as well. It's a 5 to 1. There's no need to. If you wanted to risk 1%, then you'd have your stop loss there. But even increasing your stop loss there, I don't really see a point. Because it's like, even if we do want to sweep the Asia low, there's no saying that we've got to just sweep it and then reverse before. So, yeah, I think the smartest option, if you did still want to jump in EU, enter off to 50%, stop loss on the low. Stop loss on the low. But reduce risk. You don't want to be risking a big amount on this, in my opinion. My indicator always bugs on. Yeah, it does that, bro. It's just when the candle closes, it has to reset itself. So, yeah, just click off onto a different pair and click back on and it'll work. Right, DXY showing slight rejection on this 5-minute fair value gap. Why are you looking for longs when we're more bearish than 2008? That's normally a good sign we're going long, boys. When you have people in the chat that's like, bro, it's so clearly bearish. It's so clearly bearish. It's more bearish than 2008. That is literally almost parody. Bro said it's more bearish than 2008. It's so bearish. We're so bearish. That's normally a good sign that we're going to be bullish. But yeah, I'll definitely risk a small amount on this if you are getting him. They're the liquidity. They're just too emotional, bro. Bro, I'm not hating. I'm just saying all the high time frame is bearish. I'm just asking why. No, I know you're not hating, innit? We're just joking about it, lad. So yeah, this is basically the crossroads we're at. We have spoke about this at the start of the stream, but essentially the crossroads we're at is, are we going to continue this bearish structure? So coming off our internal daily order block to our external low. So essentially from this order block down to this low. Or are we going to move higher in line with the CRT? So we have got a weekly CRT sweep and then the high to trade into. So it's essentially CRT or the daily structure. What are we going to see? On the 4-hour range as well. Bear in mind the current momentum on the 4-hour range is bullish. So you are really planning on a reversal technically on the 4-hour. And continuations are a lot more common than reversals. So yeah, we've got obviously range low, range high. We've got internal liquidity being a fair value gap and our external liquidity being the swing high. So really you want this move here. So it's essentially whether this continues on the 4-hour or if pretty much the exact same thing just inversed on the daily time frame comes through. So this order block to this low. Right, that is basically the crossroads we're at right now. That's why Monday's kind of difficult to trade because you don't have that much confluences to go off. Like, it's not really that clear. DXY looks like it could be rejecting. You don't enter after 10 AM, do you? Nah, bro. Isn't your time 10 AM? Yeah, bro. Are the equal lows to the left your entry? Surely wait for those to get hit. I only enter before 10 AM, bro. Don't need to get pressed. You don't need to get pressed. I just made a joke right back at you. You made a joke at me. I made one back. Like, you're the one that didn't take it very well. I already entered at 116.014 and got stop loss on 1.14 and risk 1.5 of my funded. Yeah, I would never. You don't really want to risk that much of your funded so early in the day, man. Why did Euro open so weak against the pound? No real reason, bro. It's just how the market went. I mean, it's just a recovery, really. If we look at EG, we have been so bullish. The Euro's been absolutely bodying the pound for the longest amount of time now. So we've got this fair value gap here we want to come into. We've got the range low, range high. Obviously, we most recently broke a high, which means we're in a bullish range, sorry. So we want to essentially come into our internal liquidity, being this fair value gap. And then move higher. So we want to come down and then up, ideally. Are you using SMT? Nah, bro, I'm not really using SMT. do have this fair value gap to come into. I do think we should come into this fair value gap anyway. So we should see a bit of... I do think the dollar should make a bit of movement. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, have been accumulating really since 8:30, though, about an hour and a half. Price just pissing about right now. It looks nice though, based on my strat, it's trying to go to a 16.56. Yeah, fair play, bro. I am bullish on it as well. What time frame? It says on the bottom right, bro. This is 5-minute time frame. There are relative equal lows to the left, and it's still price action right after Sunday's open. Better not to trade. Yeah, I hear that, bro. CRT is not a good thing to use. Why do you think that, Sense? It's a hot take there. It's a hot take. Appreciate the likes, boys. Get 100 man in here real quick. We've got 120 man in the YouTube. 91 man in here. 92. Appreciate the follows, but yeah, drop a follow if you haven't already, boys. I'm live every single day for the London session. I'm live on my YouTube for London session and New York session. How are you trading CFS, CFD or spread bet? CFD, bro. I mean, we're on prop firms anyway, so if you're asking for taxes, then yeah. Don't get any ideas. You still got to pay tax on it. But yeah, we trade with prop firms exclusively, bro. So, if you do want to get funded, by the way, chat with a prop firm. I've got a code for Alpha Capital Group. Code Richesse will get you 15% off at checkout, which is £50 for a family of 4, just like a Jet2 holiday. That's like £50. What is it? Like, it's like £150 off on a 200k account. 80 quid off or something like that on a 100k account. Alpha Capital Group and Alpha Futures, you can use that, bro. I do options on Tasty Trade, but I do have IG and T212. Been thinking more about CFD. Do you know about prop firms, bro? I'd massively recommend looking at prop firms. But yeah, boys, Alpha Capital Group, use my code. Use my code and I'll get you into the mentorship for free, boys, for 1 week. Order signals for 1 week. Oh, what a tune. Please write it down. Who doesn't know about prop firms in the chat? Let me know. Alpha Capital Group or Alpha Futures, boys, either one. Why do you only enter before 10? Because it's the kill zone, bro. It's the London kill zone. What's the strat? So we trade 2 main strategies for the London session. Is Asia liquidity grab and daily trade open continuations. It is outside of our trading times right now. I'm still going to stay on the live, though. I'll still stay on live. I shorted GU aiming for 13500. GU's just accumulating right now, man. It's just moving sideways. I wouldn't really be looking to getting into anything. GU looking very bearish. I mean, on the lower time frame, the higher time frame, in my opinion, we're looking bullish. You can see. So on the monthly, filled this imbalance here. So again, if we just look at the monthly, what we've actually been doing, which a lot of people never actually bother to check, but you can see. So on the monthly, order block filled there. So you can see we filled this order block. High, low, high, internal liquidity, external liquidity. So we went to the order block, then broke out of the high. So you can see from the order block, broke out the high exactly as we wanted. So that leaves us with this right here, which is a distribution. You can see a clear distribution to the upside. Now what do we want to do with the distribution before there's another one? we want to balance the leg, right? So we want to come down and balance the leg. You can see here we have a fair value gap, also known as imbalance. So you want price to fill that and then continue up into that same direction. So that is essentially the movement that we're looking for. If you look at in terms of CRT as well, we have got the monthly low here, which has been swept. So therefore we do want to trade up into the monthly high, so long as the candle closes back within the range, up to here. And then we go down to the daily, or weekly, sorry. You can see we've got confirmed CRT on the weekly in this fair value gap area. We've got low, so we've got candle A, which is this big black candle here, swept there by candle B, this blue candle. So we took out the low and closed back within the range, which shows this is manipulation rather than a true move down. So essentially we want the rest of the candles to trade up into this candle's high. That's what we want to see happen. Go into the daily time frame. You can see I've got this here, this leg up from the fair value gap, tapped into this fair value gap here, and then broke out the high. So we're seeing this distribution initially, our first bit of bullish price action. Go down into the 4 hour and we can see price after we tapped into this fair value gap, mitigating some order blocks. So tapped in, had a nice distribution off, recovery into the order block, another push off, recovery into the order block, another push off. Obviously this Diddy candle was caused by news, but still. Then when we go down into the 15-minute time frame, so we're looking at literally the prior day and the current day, we can see that we have got this order block from the New York session, which we've tapped into. So the Asia session rallied into this order block, the New York session, and then London Open, well, really 6 a.m. So before London Open, tail end and Asia session, we had this distribution up. So again, we're looking to rebalance and then continue higher. So in my opinion, we do look bullish. We do look bullish. Look at EU. EU monthly ain't been swept. So yeah, this is another thing with CRT. When you use CRT on the monthly, not on the monthly, sorry. When you use CRT with 3 pairs, for example, EU, GU, DXY, when 2 of them complete and 1 of them doesn't, you should assume that that other one will not complete. So we've seen the same on DXY, it's been completed. We've seen it on GU, it's been completed. We've seen it on EU, it hasn't been completed. So that tells us that EU is the outlier and therefore it's wrong. You're using ICT's concept, but ICT didn't create CRT, and also he said it's bullshit. This is one reason I completely agree with, because you will get hurt by using CRT. Since we're not using ICT concepts, bro, you may see every single concept ever seen on the chart as ICT, but believe it or not, there are concepts outside of CRT. ICT. I don't trade ICT. I take ways of trading from many different traders, and we combine it into something that makes sense for us for the London session. ICT doesn't trade the London session. He may make a YouTube video and lie to you and say he does, but if you think that ICT wakes up at 2 a.m. in the morning to trade the London session as a 50-year-old geezer with wife and kids, you're too easily fooled, bro. The geezer's probably never traded London session in his life. I mean, big up to ICT. I do rate his concepts, but it's like, not everything's ICT, like. But yeah, boys, if you want to get funded with a prop firm, use my code, man. Send me a screenshot of that. I'll get you in the mentorship or signals for free for a week. Together. Just pure and utter accumulation for the last half hour. FIFA song, trust me. Don't talk rubbish on CRT. It's just a cult. It's just a cultish thing of it. Like, this guy's saying, ICT didn't create CRT and therefore CRT's bad. Do you know how many concepts he didn't create? He didn't create any of his own concepts, really. I mean, stuff like fair value gaps, price imbalances has always been a thing. Order blocks, that's always just been supply and demand. He transformed it in a way that's really digestible, and I respect him massively for it. And he's probably one of the GOAT mentors, probably if not the GOAT mentor in terms of our generation of traders, but yeah, there's no need to be like really cultish behind it, you know what I mean? You in on this yet? Not yet, bro. We have had a signal that's sent in, so I think the signal group is in longs already, but me personally, I'm not. Got your nest egg. Oh no, please God, tell me which. People talk icy, talk. Wow. I trade mainly EMAs as a scalper, 5 minute. I'm going to look at CRT on the daily, see if it's more efficient than my process, currently averaging a 75% win rate. To be fair, CRT is massively different to EMA, so there's probably not even that much. It might be a good confluence for your reality bites. The main thing it will give you, it doesn't really help with entries, it more just helps for higher time frame buyers, so like the monthly, the daily, the weekly. But yeah, I do have videos on my YouTube about it and in my mentorship. I've got like a 6-part video series on it, if you want to know it top to bottom. Or if you want a brief overview, I've got my higher time frame bias videos on my YouTube. People talk about ICT like he's a market maker or some. He just gave a framework to trade as any other people on the net. At the end is what works for you. It can be ICT, CRT, BBC, AC, DC. Yeah, true facts, bro. Facts. Facts. Do you even enter trades? Just because I haven't entered a trade at 10 AM on a Monday, bro, doesn't mean I don't trade. I mean, you may have had 8 positions already, but that's down to you, bro. That's probably why you keep playing accounts. How is No Nut November going? I don't actually consider November to be No Nut November since I was about 16, so can't say I've participated in it whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie. Riyadh. Cool, thanks. We'll check it out. No worries, reality. EU buys 4 hour clean. Yeah, that's the main thing that looks nice, the 4 hour. Why are you in long? We're not in a long just yet, bro. Price is just accumulating like absolute mad, bruv. Yen basket's moving nice off that level we had. It's just not really. Kayla's car. Okay, missed that news. On my own. Alright, let's have a look at pick sweep. It's going to be a quiet start of the week, boys. You can see we don't really have any news until CPI on Wednesday, and then FOMC, obviously. So Wednesday is going to be a lot of the distribution of the week. So I've read this. Eurozone set for moderate. I'm not going to do that. I would actually like you to do that. I'm in a short, although I see bullish bias. My model tells me it's going to collect liquidity before. I think longs are going to be during New York session. Fair play, bro. Fair play, brother. Are you looking nice for long? Yeah, man, that's what we've been looking for all morning, really. Telling me how much you miss me. Look, what does it mean when price accumulates in your POIs? Normally, most people would look for something called a Wyckoff schematic, or Wyckoff. Just Google what that is, bro. But that's essentially what most people would look at, and it will basically normally tells you if it's reaccumulation or reversal essentially. But for me, when it accumulates in a POI, it doesn't really mean, I don't really take it too much into account really. I'll just wait for the momentum to kick in. Some people may say when you accumulate within the POIs, it shows we're going to disrespect it. But yeah, I don't really try and... I think you're fighting a losing battle if you try to analyse accumulation. If you try to say it's Wyckoff this, Wyckoff that. So me personally, I'll just wait for the momentum to come through. And if it comes through, and it comes through. And a good way to avoid, obviously, you know, you get momentum in the wrong direction before we actually move. A good way to avoid getting manipulated is just by looking at the time. Looking at the time in which it happened. Looking at the session highs and session lows. Because the time is the one for... Lou, what do you think of to trading pool? I don't know what trading pool is, bro. Richesse, how big is it? My account size, I'm assuming you're talking about. Add Luis. I'm getting rich. I ain't worried, I'm gonna sit and take a sip. Sorry, you cut out, bro. You're going to be entering EU. It's outside of my trading times now. I trade till 10 a.m. I trade from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. and then we're done for the week. It's the best way of trading. If you don't trade the London session, boys, you're doing something wrong. He's a trader, bro. Seems genuine and also has beef with TJR like myself. Trading pool. Yeah, I've never heard of him, bro, but fair enough. Big up to him. Why do you have beef with TJR? Wyckoff for life. Some of the concepts allow you to reprice action very good if well applied, but is prone for human error as usual. Definitely. Yeah, I agree that. I agree for that. I agree. If you're good at it, you can trade it really well, but majority of people are really, really bad at Wyckoff. They just see it and assume it's going to come through. Wishful thinking with Wyckoff so much. Like, you'll see literally this, and then people go, oh, all right, this is the SC, this is the ST, and just because they want it to come through. Alright, how big is it again? Do you actually want a genuine answer, or he rug pulled his prop firm on me, 1 of 1? Yeah, natural selection. Now, if your chosen prop firm was TJR's prop firm, natural selection, not going to lie. But yeah, he did rug that. You're genuinely curious, Ad Louise. Send me a DM, I'll send you a picture of it, mate. Is there an 8-hour CRT on EU? What's I ride tonight? Till the day I die. Right, nice. So that 4 hour is closed above as we wanted. It's the motherfucking thanks I get. You can see we've closed above the prior candle, prior 4 hour candle, which shows that we are going to continue higher. Did miss this entry by about half of a pubic hair. But as I said, the signal group is in longs right now. Yeah, 0.3 pips off, chat. 0.3 pips off, so. I tried. Literally up 2% in a trade. Lovely. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, yeah, this entry did miss out ever so slightly. Ever so slightly, but hopefully it still allowed some of you man to get into trades. In GU buys, bro, what do you think about it? I prefer EU buys, but I definitely think the DXY, in my opinion, is heading to the downside. Nice. Nice. Where's the Adept boys again? Adept boys, come in my live, give a bias, it's wrong, and they leave. And again, repeat tomorrow. Adept join, give a bias against me, it's wrong, repeat tomorrow. Join the live, give a bias against me, repeat tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? You literally said less than 20 minutes ago. Oh, yeah, no, Kevin just chats breeze all the time. Kevin, I thought you was a changed man, mate. Thought you was a changed man. Thanks, I get. What's your bias? I'm bullish personally, bro. Bro, Adept is Milano people. They are jokes. I don't even know who they are, but for some reason they always come in my live, say short, and it goes long. So they've turned into one of my indicators now. One thing I do agree with you about the Adept Milano boys. Bro, I don't even know that Milano, innit? The geezer's probably sweet as, but it's just these fans, for some reason, just always come in my live. Like, I don't know what is wrong with them. Cooked again, though, and they never come back. They never come. It's what annoys me about these, man. With me, yeah, you see me on live. I'll tell you my bias. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll stay on live and I'll firm it to the face. These men will come in, tell me one thing, and then they're wrong and they leave. What's the indicator called, Trey, in the area? So this is our own indicator we made for our members, bro. It's called Sessions, Ranges, and Equilibriums. Join the Discord. I'll send it over to you for free, bro. It's basically everything, all time-based things added into one. So you can change bits of it. So you can put daily true open, weekly true open, previous day high, previous day low, previous day 50%, previous week high, previous week low, previous week 50%, Asia session, London session, etc. Right, let me actually quickly check this signal trade because this one's missed now. Very unlucky from this one, boys. But yeah, you can still see we got our direction right. We was out, but missed by 0.2 pips. They are anime people. What do you expect? They are clowns. None of them are profitable. We've got a lot of grease being talked about these boys in the chat. I don't know really nothing about them. I just know they're insufferable. That's all I know. They're fans, that is. Again, I don't actually know the main one. The main geezer. I can't remember what you said his name was. Milano. He's probably sweet as, but yeah, he needs to tell his fans to like seriously grow up. They just care way more about screenshots and stuff than actually placing trades and making money. It's kind of weird, but yeah. As I said, you can see who the real is, boys. I never, ever, ever go in their live. They always come in mine. I never talk about them in our Discord. They always talk about us. Do you know what I mean? It just shows who the real is. I can't lie, he's a calm guy, but he has annoying fans. Yeah, that's it, man. Like, I can't lie. Everyone who's told me about the actual main bread and Milano guy, everyone says he's sweet, innit? So he probably is sweet as, but for some reason his community is just a bit toxic. But yeah. You're too unserious. I thought we was going short. Where the haters gone, Sam Bearish. Richesse to the world and back, one of the first to ever do this. Trust me, yes, bro. Big up. Appreciate all you, man. Innit? Where the haters gone. Nobody rates you, Kevin. I rate Lou. Appreciate that, Kevin, mate. What do you expect to hate them? That's a bit tough, isn't it, Kev? Till the day after. Boss play, you be getting her. Can't lie, I'm in a bearish swing on you think I'm cooked, bro. I wouldn't say cooked. I personally have an opposite bias, but I wouldn't say you're cooked. Stopped out by 0.1 pip. Oh, unlucky, bro. Yeah, let me quickly get this signal trade on screen quickly so we can see what it was. So it was a market execution at 8:52. $8.52. Where was his stop? His stop was 6.7 pips. Wow, of course it fucking was. 15,950. Right, so yeah, this is the trade we've had in the signal group. Where was the TP as well? 67272. Yeah, sorry about that one, chat. My one just about missed. But again, if you want to have literally no chance of not making money in these markets, get in the signals, boys. You don't only have me sending trades in there. We've also got 4 other funded traders sending their trades in. Can't lie, bro. I'm bearish on EU. You think I'm... Oh, yeah. Price not coming back to that POI. Yeah, no, I don't think it will either, bro. But yeah, this is the trade we got in the signal, so... Thanks, I get. Let the west side ride tonight. Is your entry possible in the newly formed 5-minute FEG? Let's have a look. Yeah, man. So let me quickly get rid of this now. You can see what we're doing is playing off lovely, though. We're getting the prediction completely correct as usual, boys. Do have this new 5-minute fair value gap to be filled. So, yeah, you could be looking to enter off that. So that move there. Pretty sure Mace is in a trade as well. I'm not the only one in the Discord that's not in a long right now. Spawn some emotional music for that. Rather than fucking NWA. What you think gold is doing? It's kind of in no man's land right now, bro. You want to wait for Tuesday, in my opinion. For me, the day personally is looking bullish. You know, we filled the order block from the New York session. The max volume's also here as well, rather than up here. So, obviously shows that they're more likely to buy up. You can see we've got the fair value gap here that we've traded into. So, in my opinion, the next stop is going to be taken at this high and also the Asia high. So, that's the move I'll be looking for, bro. You just said order cock. Maybe I did. Big guns. Yeah, I think Mace is in. Let's see Mace's entry. Yeah, I'm literally the only one that's not in this. Bro, can you stop inviting me, please, bro? I'm not gonna join. Sorry. Alright, again, same with DXY, so we can see what we wanted to see was the sweep of all this, which we have sort of seen. Taking out the low now is coming into this fair value gap, so we've got the 5-minute here, which we want to come into. So yeah, we've got this 5-minute fair value gap to come into. Similar one we're seeing on the EU right there. What's GU saying? Yeah, GU's just not moving. If we look at EG, Euro's finally making a bit of a way against it. It's on for life. It's on for life. Adept inversing you in their server. Not gonna lie, bro. They just chat shit though. The geezer told me short down here, then he told me short down here, then they told me short there. So they've already been stopped out 3 times. So, I mean, if you carry on spamming short, then World of Art. Alright, bro, you got some mad 1 hour FEG to the upside. Not gonna lie to you. As I said, boys, when you see me, you see the real. You see me do it on live. Have I had 5 different biases? No, I've said long, that's it. I've said long, that's it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not the type of guy to say, all right, we've lost, right, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. If you keep on going, okay, buy, then buy, then buy, obviously you're going to win eventually, but that's not the real thing. It's not how trading works. Convinces little kids it is, but as I said, I'm live. This is fully recorded. I've been on YouTube for 1 hour and 56 minutes. The entire live will be re-uploaded to YouTube, so you can go back and watch it. I mean, nothing against these man. Hopefully these man can make a bit of profit, but yeah, fair play for them. It's the problem with them though, is they tell me short there, and then 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 it will run 2 pips, and they'll go stop loss and break even. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's not the real. It's not the real. It's mental masturbation, boys, I'll be honest. They are arse adept low. Kevin, what have you got against? you got more against adept than me, bruv, and these lot fucking slate me every day. What have they done to you, Kevin? Have they lested you or something? As I said, chat, we don't care about any other community though anyway. Only reason I'm talking about these man, because these man talking so much in the comments, like. You know me and Mace. Me and Mace are real, bruv. Me and Mace are real. Also got nothing against them, innit? It's just like, it's just their fans, as I've said. I don't rate them, I said I rate you. Big up to you, Kevlar. Appreciate all the follows, boys. Everyone drop a follow, man. I'm live for every single London session there will ever be. Live every single day for the London session. If you go to my YouTube as well, I'm live right now on there. And I'm live for the London session and New York session. Bro, I'm like Conor Ben. Jesus. Not to float your own boat or anything, Kevin, eh? Why are you like Conor Ben? It's all noise. Just block it and listen to Lou and the others who actually want to improve. Yeah, facts, bro. I can't actually see what Rob said. 1 hour FEG to the upside. What's the TP in EU? Me, personally, if I was in the EU, I'd be looking to close it at the current London high. If you're on the 4 hour, it's a bit different. You probably look to aim for this prior day high here. But yeah, if you're in this lower time frame one, I'll be looking to close at this high. I have the same mindset. Oh, mate, you are funny, Kevin. I just put so much work in, it's unreal. Oh, mate, this guy's funny, bruv. Hopefully we can get a rejection off this. You taking... Oh yeah, is that why I almost organised a boxing fight with Milana? I would have destroyed him. Kevin, I'm not going to lie, I've got no idea who you are, but for some reason I picture you as like... not someone that would be good at fighting, I can't lie. Yeah, lie, Rob. Is that what he's getting at? The YouTube's a bit delayed. Yeah, YouTube's like 20 seconds delayed or something, but it's, you can see the whole screen. See the whole chart. It's a little bit easier. Let's see. Got about 120 man in there right now, chat, if you want to go in there. And creating memes. Well, I didn't see your first comment, Riyadh, bro. Didn't see your first comment, bro. You tried everything. Adept talking about you. What's new, bro? What's new? What's new, bro? Are you beef with them? Nah, bro. They may have a beef with me, but I don't care about them enough to have beef with them. I don't care about anyone really to have beef with anyone. I've actually never really had beef with anyone in my life, to be fair. Like, I've not liked people, but I've never had beef with people. Like, do you know what I mean? It's a bit childish, isn't it? If there is beef there, it's very much one-sided. He said he'd put me on and I can eat in. I'm in the Discord now. How can I get that indicator? Just drop in the chat, bro. Just drop in the chat and say, can I have the indicator? Someone will send it to you, bro. By the way, Joe, when you join my Discord, if you're trying to message me, make sure you message me through the Discord. I won't message you first. So see my name here, Louis. Click on that and message me through that. Ran the corner, man, clocked him too late. Now he a duppy on his aura. Do not to take order. Who's your favourite trader? My favourite trader is probably... Oh, what's the geezer's name? He's got a Faber Val. It's probably my favourite trader. Bit nice story, didn't they? Twisted blood. It's not fun. You think this retracement entry is worth it? It's personally outside of my trading times, bro, but I do think this is probably going to be the next move higher. But yeah, it's outside of my trading time, so... Yeah, Faber Val. He's won the Trading World Cup, I think, twice. And he's a scalp, and he trades London session as well, which is nice. What your trading time? How do you use EG? EG is just simple, bro. I don't really use it too heavily, but essentially you just want to look at it. I look at it more as a trend, really. But obviously, if EG's bullish, let's say you're looking at buys on EU and GU, and EG's bullish, it means you'd rather buy EU. If EG's bearish, you'd obviously rather buy GU. So that's all I really use it for, bro. And obviously, if it's absolutely dumping heavily, it'll probably tell you why EU, for example, is struggling, where GU is actually moving pretty nice. No, Jaws. Seeing a bit of rejection off this 0.5, but market's just moving so slow right now. On which time frame? Same time frame as you're looking to enter your trading, bro. I'll tell you about in 1 sec. Chip Kai Walker playing his mum's sick. What song should I put on? 1, 2. Oh, I know what song to put on. Jim Simmons, the real GOAT. Yeah, man. The real GOAT. No one can really deny that. He's not even, he's a maverick, bro. Like, the actual real definition of a maverick. Creative destruction right there, Jim Simmons. Like, he's on the same level as, like, Steve Jobs and shit. Can we go gold long or short? I wouldn't really be looking to enter gold, bro. I'd wait till tomorrow. But let's say your bias is bullish. Would both EU and GU follow each other or not? Yeah, bro, because it's mainly spearheaded by the dollar. The dollar is the main thing that controls price in terms of EU and GU. Sometimes it'll be massively misaligned. For example, on Friday when GU had a lot of news coming out, unscheduled news as well. That's where it's going to be a bit mad. But normally, it just trails the DXY. If the DXY is moving down, EU and GU will move up. That's why we keep flicking to and from DXY. That's why I use EU. I just told you, bro, to see what one's more optimal. You need to listen to what I'm saying. I just said, if you're looking to short EU and GU, yeah, you're looking to short EU and GU, you see what one's more optimal. Right? Just listen to what I said, bro. I just said it's not going to give you your bias. You're going to see which one's more optimal. Is it more optimal to look for the euro to go higher against the dollar? Or is it more optimal to look for the pound to go up against the dollar? Either way, you want the dollar to go down. DXY tells you the dollar's going down. You're looking to see what one's more optimal to get in. Who did you say your favourite trader was? He's a geezer called Faber Val. We don't really do much and he speaks Dutch. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to watch him. I'm not going to lie. And most of his videos are fucking dubbed in, like, AI English. It is kind of hard to watch him. Oh, we're forgetting about Johnny Carey. He learned from HSD. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. What I heard, right? I heard Johnny Carey taught HS how to trade. And then HS taught Jim Simmons how to trade. And then that's how Jim Simmons started up his hedge fund. Unconfirmed news right there, but... Yeah, I didn't mean that to come across as rude, innit? I was just like making a point heavily. Why can I not think of any songs? Let's get some good vibes in the chat this morning. Yeah, we are long on EU, bro. Santi, please stop inviting me to live. Personally, I learned from Sophie Aspin. Yeah, I did learn a bit. I learned from Clarko, and what's he called? Not what's he called? Oh, bruv, what's the geezer's name? The little T's older, bruv. What's his name? Oh, yeah, someone tell me his name. That is a big dub if you know that. If you're based on CRT. I mean, CRT? What? On BG Media. What's his name? Oh, Space Reader, that's what I am. Get more girls out Afghan down, like, yo. Who is that guy, bruv? Who is he? What's his name? Dylan Brewer, bruv. Dylan Brewer, yeah. I learned off Dylan Brewer, personally. Everyone trades different, mate. Why are you long on EU when GU's the most optimal? Just it was a better entry point, bro. She doesn't mind. GU didn't really provide the same entry. You can see for me, GU hasn't really been able to come down to my POI. If they was both at the same POI, then yeah, I would have gone with GU. But yeah, this one didn't actually come down to where I'd be trying to get in, so. Again, price is moving stupidly slow. This guy. DXY have equal lows that need to be taken. Yeah, man, it's just mad accumulating right now. Obviously, you got this 15 minute that we're hoping price can make a decent bit of leeway into. She doesn't mind. She doesn't mind. I think it's going down the EU. Why do you think that, bro? Afghan Dan. We learning art from Afghan Dan. Fairs, bro. I've heard Millie B is a market mover. Yeah, Millie B is a market mover. Clarko's the market maker. And Dylan Brewer's the best mentor to ever touch Earth. Yeah, D. Yeah, bro. Running up the sky, we go. Alright, yo, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna grab a drink, innit? I need to grab a fucking juice real quick. Oh. Give me 2 secs, chat. I'm really grabbing a juice. I'll be 2 secs. Been on live for about 2.5 hours, boys. I'm going to be jumping off soon. Probably give it like 5-10 more minutes. Been making some serious progress once I started watching you lot and stopped watching others. Nice, bro. Lovely to where we can be helping, man. So I said the approach we give is pretty simple, man. We trade London session only. We have 2 main strategies. Undeniably the 2 best strategy for London session. The main challenge for you as a trader is just to realise which one of those entries to apply, and then you're good, man. I've got a lot of videos on my YouTube, by the way, chat, on my strategy on how to trade the London session, why you should trade the London session. I got your soul. Filled that fair value gap now. See how we move. I'm in a long on EU. Fair play, bro. Proper tune this, trust me. Anyone looking at any other pairs, let me know, man. So DXY doing. Coming back into this. Yeah, man, this shit just not moving. We literally haven't really moved since in like 2 hours and 10 minutes. Is expected though. London is normally a small, slow range day. See how we do off this order block. GU easy buys for the order block from the bottom range if it sweeps the 1 hour as well. Yeah, bro. What's the yen basket saying? Yen basket's slowly moving down. He was dying for some reason. Yeah, it's just a DXY, bro. That's all it really is. Just a DXY. It's not really doing much though. It may look like it's a mad movement, but if you look, it's just literally been consolidating all morning. Still within this range here. Just got stopped out on EU, but I'm out 1%. Lovely, bro. I told you sales now. This guy's got to be trolling. You told me sales down there, bro. I think this guy is trolling at this point. See, this is what I'm saying about these man, though. They tell me sells for like 3 hours, and as soon as we get like 2 pips to the downside. Told you sells. Told you. Told you. You told me sells here, so you're actually in 4 pip drawdown right now. Do you know what I'm saying? As I said, boys, you get the real with me. I won't tell you none of this bollocks. But have some composure, Sleeks. Have some composure, brother. Have some composure, lads. Composure. Yeah, let's get 50 likes on this YouTube real quick. Yeah, that's basically the Crossroads we're at, MS. That's basically the Crossroads we're at. Composure, lads. Composure. Richesse, you know Sleek is under NDA. Bro's been to a Diddy party or something. Bro learned to trade at a Diddy party. Man's on an NDA, you know. NDA, like, fucking hell. This is the real world, chat. We ain't in a video game. We ain't in a film. Richesse wants to violate, but he can't. Why would I want to violate? Who? What are you even talking about? Do you not take trades after 10? Nah, bro, I don't take trades after 10. Mums, I'd go to Diddy parties, imagine the networking opportunities. Crazy takes. The stuff people do for money, boys. Remember, Christ is king. Fuck Diddy, bruv. Christ is king. Remember that, chat. If you take one thing away from this live. We have been on live for 2.5 hours now, chat, so I'm jumping off soon. Christ is king. What songs we got? No GU trade today. Nah, no GU trade today. Nice movement to the downside on GU coming to the order block I was on about earlier. Let's have a look. Are you in on GU, yeah? Sorry, I can't listen to this song. Man, please. Just any decent song. This is alright. What order block are you aiming for, bro? What order block are you on about? Waiting for buyers? Fair play. You try to see. I'm assuming you mean the 1 hour, maybe? Let's mark this one on. Bro, that was a banger. Why did you change it? Just that to... Why did you change the song? Oh, sorry. I didn't realise you man were fucking with that song. My bad. I wonder if you can tell her how that I've been trying. On vacation here, pop a few. Finally, we're about to drop out of this. Okay, we're just filling this, aren't we? Oh, trying to get out of this, do something crazy. Addiction on the WWE PSD. PTSD. Wait. Just before I jump off, now you said WWE, this song has actually been... Let's play this last song before we jump off, chat. Appreciate you, man, tuning in, though, today, chat. I've been on live for about 2.5 hours, so I'm going to jump off in a sec. Everyone drop a follow now, boys, because I'm jumping off, man. We'll be live for the New York session as well. So we'll go over these this EU trade, this GU trade. Back in this fair value gap, man. Again, not really making any fucking real movement. Back filling this fair value gap. Tapped on the DTO and we get rid of this order block. So yeah, we'll see where we go from here. We're really just seeing accumulation right now. You're going to hear different stories of what's going on. We do still hope the market moves to the upside, but it's just accumulating. If you look at the DXY, sort of pushing up a little bit into this fair value. You can get in. You were 0.3 pips off get in. It's outside of my trading times, but I stopped trading at 10, so that's way past that now. We filled this though now. Yeah, appreciate you watching though, boys. You live for New York now, Macy's away. I think Macy's going to be live for the New York session anyway. I think he will be live for the New York session. But big up to you, man, boys. 30 stream today. Monday, I mean, always a bit of a slow day. As I said, I had one trade today that didn't end up tapping in. Show you where it was. So I had, where was it? I had this long here. Probably would have actually tapped in now. I had this long here. Where is it? This long here. Yeah, which was, it did go, yeah, we didn't even tap in, so I don't even know why I'm drawing it on. So I'll be real chat, no trade day for me. Again, I'm not one of these cappers. It's going to be like, yes, I got in there and got out there. I didn't get in any trades today. Still want the market to go up. If it goes against us, it goes against us. It is what it is, chat, but we'll see how we do, man. We'll see how we do. What time you trade New York session? 1 p.m, bro. 1 p.m. Thanks, mate. Always good to see you. Big up to all you, man. Why is you being bent? Yeah, I know, man. It's just chopping. But yeah, big up to all you, man. Appreciate all you, man, tuning in. Yeah, we'll be live for the New York session on the YouTube. So everyone get in the Discord, get the YouTube head and shoulders. Yeah, he's a head and shoulders. But yeah, big up to you, man. And I'll catch you in the next live, people. Sweet. Yeah, you know. Sweet, boys, on YouTube. Sweet, everyone.